In this video, I'll share with you how to handle your own car accident case or personal injury case. I'll also tell you how to maximize the amount of money that goes into your pocket ever without hiring a lawyer. Hey guys, I'm Colton Richardson, an injury attorney fighting for those who are hurt and taken advantage of. After a car accident or an injury, you might not know where to start in handling your own case. It can be intimidating going up against the insurance adjusters who do this every day. I'll walk you through how to handle your own case without ever hiring a lawyer. However, stick around to the end where I will tell you when you probably shouldn't handle your injury case on your own, and I'll share with you how you can make 3.5 times more money than the insurance company offers you. The first thing you need to do is put the insurance companies on notice. First, you'll want to make a claim with the other insurance company. Whoever was at fault, make a claim with their insurance. Do not trust the other driver to make an insurance claim on their own insurance. You'll need to make sure that that claim is started. You'll also want to let your insurance company know. There are a few reasons to do this, but one of the biggest reasons is because you need to. In your insurance policy, it usually says that you will cooperate with your insurance company, but also inform them when you've been in an accident. So make sure you tell your own insurance company. Number 2, know your insurance policy. That's the other reason why you might want to talk to your own insurance company and ask them questions to see exactly what is on your insurance policy. There are 2 types of coverages that might make a big difference in a car accident. The first one is medical payments or personal injury protection. This doesn't matter if you're at fault or not. You can still get paid for your medical bills. You have to show your own insurance company what kind of treatment you've gotten and show them the bills, and they should reimburse you for what you have paid out of pocket for your medical bills. Second is uninsured or underinsured motorist insurance. This is such an important thing because it covers when you're in an accident with someone who was at fault, who does not have enough insurance or does not have insurance at all. And that is so important because most state minimums are between $15,000 and $25,000, and that does not go very far when you're talking about a car accident and your personal injuries. So make sure you talk with your insurance company to figure out what types of coverages that you have that could be beneficial to you in that situation. Number 3, you want to start collecting evidence. At first, this starts with just taking pictures of their vehicle and the damage that has happened in the car accident. You'll want to take pictures of your vehicle. If it's towed away and you weren't able to, you'll want to go to the salvage yard or the tow yard to see where it is and take pictures at that time. If you're at the scene, you'll want to take pictures of the scene. You want to make sure you have the other driver's license information. Some other things that you want to do is get the police report from the police officer. Talk to third-party witnesses if there are any. If you've noticed that it's near an intersection or another business, there might be an opportunity to get video surveillance of the accident. This is great evidence to build your case. The last thing you'll want to do is get your medical records and medical bills. You won't do this until you're done with treatment, but you'll need these things to send to the insurance company to show that you've been going to the doctor and they need to reimburse you for these medical expenses. The 4th thing you'll want to do is get that medical treatment. You're injured from a personal injury or a car accident and you have injuries. You need to go get treatment for these. There's 2 reasons to go to the doctor. The first reason is to get better. That's the number 1 reason in going to the doctor and getting that treatment. The second reason is to document your injuries, because at some point you're going to tell the insurance company that you were injured from this car accident or slip and fall or whatever it be, and you're going to have to show them evidence that you actually went to the doctor and saw someone to try to get better. Another thing about getting the treatment that you need is being consistent and following the doctor's orders. I've many times seen clients that I get their medical bills and they stopped going to the doctor even after the advice of doctors that said they need to be seen for a follow-up or maybe seen for so many types of treatment or so many sessions, and they just don't do that. You need to be consistent with your treatment, but also follow the doctor's recommendations. Another thing you want to do, especially when you're talking to the at-fault insurance company, is ask them what the insurance limits are for the other driver. Most states, they are not required to tell you, and in Oklahoma, they aren't required to tell you. But it's important to get these so that you don't treat way over whatever the limits are, thinking, I'm going to get $50,000 in medical bills paid for, when in reality, they might only have $25,000 in coverage. So that's something really good to ask up front of the other insurance company to know what those limits are. Now they might say, I don't have my insurance permission to give that information out right now, and you might have to wait. However, they must turn it over in a lawsuit. Now, if you've gained some type of value from this, please go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with someone that you think that might be able to use this information in their life. Number 6, you'll need to craft a demand letter and package it all up. After you've collected all the evidence you need and gotten done treating and gotten all your medical records and your medical bills, you'll want to package it all up into what we call a demand packet. You also want to write a letter detailing what you believe you should be entitled to and all the injuries that you've had. Now, you want to be careful though, because if you're writing this, then the insurance company could possibly use this against you if it goes into litigation. So be very careful. But in this package, you'll want to include that letter, your medical records, your medical bills, photographs of your vehicle, photographs of the other person's vehicle, any photographs of visible injuries, the police report, and any third-party witness statements that you might have, and lost wage information. Package all that up and send it to the adjuster. You might want to include a demand of a certain dollar amount if you want to, but sometimes you don't have to, and they'll go ahead and send what they believe to be a fair valuation. Now I say fair, they'll say they think it's fair, but it usually is not a fair valuation. And number 7, negotiate. Whenever you get their response back on what they think is a fair settlement offer, you'll likely not want to accept it. Their first offer is usually never their best offer, unless it's policy limits. In that case, that's all they have available, but in a majority of the cases, their first offer is never their best offer. So you'll want to negotiate with them. And this is where it starts getting kind of complicated. You'll be asking yourself, well, what is my case really worth? In a majority of cases, it's worth the evaluation of 3 different things. First, your medical bills. They should at least be paying for your medical bills. Second, they should be paying for your lost wages. So whatever time that you had out of work, they should pay what your wages were for the time that you missed, as if you were working. And 3, pain and suffering. Now you might be asking, Colton, how do I know how much pain and suffering is worth? And that's the $1 million question. That's why it's important to hire a lawyer. They've done this so many times that they kind of know what to expect and how to maneuver that area. But for the most part, it's whatever you think your pain and suffering is worth. I'm going to do a video on how much is my case worth, and it'll break it down a little bit more, but that's the gist of it. Besides when you feel like you might need to file a lawsuit, there's some other times when you will definitely want to hire a lawyer. Those situations especially include when you have serious injuries. Other situations include when there's a governmental entity involved, because usually there are some tricky nuances in those situations, or when there's disputed liability where the other driver is saying that it's your fault. Those are some situations when you'll absolutely want to hire an attorney. Now here's the biggest reason why you'll want to hire a personal injury attorney to handle your car accident case, no matter the size. The Insurance Research Institute did a study to figure out how much people are paid out on their claims when they don't have a lawyer and how much they're paid out when they do have a lawyer, and found out that those who hired a lawyer after a car accident made 3.5 times more money on their claim as opposed to those who didn't hire a lawyer. That is so important and shows why it's so vital to hire a personal injury for after your car accident and for your case. Personal injury lawyers make sure that you are not taking advantage of the adjusters, because they do this every day and they know all the tricks. We know the tricks and we protect our clients against those tricks and tactics. So if you think it might be a good option for you to hire a lawyer in your situation, go ahead and call one, talk to one, because first, it is more difficult for a lawyer to handle your case after you've been handling it on your own. And second, it costs you nothing to talk to a personal injury lawyer to see if it's something that they can help you with. I'll see you in this next video where I'll walk you through how to calculate what your car accident case is worth.